Again, it is my privilege to stand before you and thank all the beautiful and wonderful ladies out there for coming and supporting. And at this time, I would like to invite Kristin Mink, our council lady for the Montgomery County, Maryland. Just a little bit about Kristin Mink, a very efficient and a dynamic leader. She has been an inspiration for a number of women, not just in Montgomery County, but in the entire Maryland. Kristin Mink is an inspiration for a lot of young ladies and young girls, especially in our community, right here in this church. Anywhere in Montgomery County, if there is an issue, Kristin, our council lady, has a solution. And we respect her, we adore the advice that she gives to her, and her wisdom has been leading the council for the last 2.5 years. And I'm also proud to say she is the first Asian to be in the council. Can we give a round of applause?
Thank you. What an honor. Thank you so much. Can we please give it up for Dr. Nina Epen? Thank you. As a great example of women leadership, and I just have to say, to be part of this first international celebration of International Women's Day, it is such an honor, and I just really have to give it up to Dr. Epen, who has been such a figure in our community here as a leader, and it's wonderful to see her bringing her leadership into this space, and I'm excited to see what this event looks like 5 years from now, 10 years from now. This is important, and I just am so grateful to that leadership and to all of you for working together to make this happen. My name is Kristin Mink, and I am the county council person who represents this district that we're in right now, and I am not only one of the women on the council, I am one of 6 women on a council of 11, so we are a majority women here in Montgomery County. And that is especially notable because prior to the last election, the previous council, there was only 1 woman out of the entire council. And so voters really had something to say, and I'm honored to be a part of that as well. I am here because my mom immigrated here, and she came here to the United States as a young adult, actually seeking more opportunities in higher education. And she found it. She started off in community college, and she ended up working for NASA at the Goddard Space Station here. And now I have the honor of sitting on the county council where she and my dad still live, and I get to serve them as my constituents as well. So it's an exciting time that we're in, and it's a wonderful place where we are. And in this moment in time, I wish I could be here only celebrating forward progress, because we have made so much and we will continue to make so much. Unfortunately, we're at a time where we are also seeing some attacks on women's rights and women's opportunities, the rollback of some of those rights and opportunities, or attempted rollback or attacks on some of those rights and opportunities. And it's a time when we have to be, very aware of that and cognizant in making sure that we are being proactive in our efforts to make sure that here in Montgomery County, Maryland, but also all over the country and all over the world, we are going to continue that forward march of progress. This is a time when women and many other marginalized communities are seeing those direct attacks. The idea of attacking diversity and equity and inclusion, as if those are negative things, we can see some of those results actually in workplaces even now across the country. Look what's happening to flights and to our airlines. The work that we have done to make sure that spaces are open to everyone results in a better run community, society, country, everything. So having this be top of mind is going to be more important now than ever. Attacks like this do hurt all of us, and so it's important for all of us to be in this fight. So I will say also, thank you. It's great to see all of the men in the audience today as well. This is a time when all of us need to come together to recognize all of those attacks on all of the different marginalized communities all across our country. This is going to be this is going to be an awareness and a fight that we're going to have on both policy and our values, who we are and who we want to be. We are seeing, for example, the SAVE Act, which was introduced at the federal level, which would make it difficult for women who have changed their last names when they got married to vote. An effort that, of course, we could see what the ripple effects for that would be on down the line as we work to ensure access for everyone. So it could be a difficult time, and that's what makes me especially happy to be in a room like this, in a space like this, at an event like this, when we are all coming together to say we will continue the forward march of progress. There are big issues, big policy issues, big values issues to look at. And there are also medium and small ways that we need to keep our eyes on who we want to be and who we're going to be, on the opportunities that we're going to create for our women and our girls, and to make sure that we are continuing to lift them up. So yes, on a broad scale, we have policy and we have values that we need to protect, but in our communities, in our daily lives, that's where we have to really have eyes wide open as well. What programs do we have that need protecting? What programs do we have that need funding? What initiatives can we start up? And this is a perfect example of that. And that's something that I know many of you are active in your daily lives as well, and I thank you for that. And then I also want to note on a small scale, on some of those pieces that we might not think about as, when we say women's empowerment, but what are the conversations that are happening? What are those small decisions that are happening in the room, in a classroom, in your living room, in the workplace? Looking around, taking the opportunity to look around, for example, a leadership meeting and noticing, do we have women in the room? Is everyone represented? And for men to be the one also who are doing that. Are women represented here, and making sure that if they are not, that some changes are made? What toys are we picking for our children? I still grew up in a time when, it's much more likely for girls to have, be given plenty of dolls, which we love, and I love also. But what we've seen statistically is that they are less likely to get the types of toys that encourage STEM development. Blocks, counting toys, things of that nature. And that's something that happens without us even thinking about it. And so to be proactively thinking about those things and making sure that from the get-go we're sending the right messages to our girls as they're coming up is really, really important. Right down to the language that we're using. And I'll give you an example of that. When is the last time you heard the word bossy applied to a little boy? This is a word that is used for little girls. When it comes to little boys, right, they are confident, they are leaders. This is what we need for our girls as well. And so it's some of these small things that can also really make a difference as we are lifting up and shaping the next generation of girls and women who are coming up. And so it is truly an honor to be here with you. I'm really excited to hear from the panel. I thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with you today, and I thank you for the work that you are doing, not only here in this community, but all across the world. So big shout out to everybody who's joining us on Zoom as well. Thank you all so much for taking the initiative to bring this together, for kicking off what is sure to be a fantastic tradition for many years to come. Thank you.